Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla. Watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Knox Handroid Pod Mark III glove, available at RevZilla.com. This is the new Handroid Pod Mark III, new for the fall of 17. And if we look at it, at first glance, it looks a lot like the previous Handroid Pod, but it carries a lot of the same changes that we've seen Knox roll with compared to the Handroid system. So there's that Handroid full gauntlet version. The Pod version, what it does is it trims down the gauntlet, gives you a great glove that's aggressive sport riding, but you can still move to the track. 3-season warm weather riding, Kangaroo palm, full cowhide construction with this beefy, gnarly exoskeleton. Now, the changes from the previous version to the current version are really similar to the original big boy Handroid that's going to come in close to that $300 mark. And the nice part about the Handroid Pod is the price doesn't change at all. It still stays around that $225 mark. So the changes are going to be as followed. Firstly, they made the connector for your exoskeleton. They're going to be a little softer. The durometer of these are less hard. They work a little better with you. Add a little bit of flexibility and range of motion. Now on the big boy Handroid, that's a full gauntlet, what they did was they gave you the new Boa System. They didn't update the Boa System on this one. We'll get to that in a second. But as we rotate over, the previous Handroid Pod had 3 Scaphoid protectors. And remember, this Scaphoid protection system used to not be Kevlar lined, and on the Pod used to have a third connector, which is just too beefy. It got in the way a little bit of the controls. So what they did was they figured out a way to give you lateral side protection, palm protection, Scaphoid bone protection, again, by going to a 2 TPU system that are spread out differently and updated. The third change, and the biggest change to the Handroid Pod, which is now becoming consistent across the entire Knox line out of Great Britain, is the fit scheme. It's really been dialed in and made a little bit more US friendly. Now the previous Handroid Pod, I wore a 2XL. That was a double extra large. I'm wearing an extra large now in the Handroid. Now, while we think about the Handroid Pod is still going to be, if I'm wearing an extra large, more European fit, it fits like an Alpine Stars. What it's not is 2 sizes small. So I will be a large and an Icon, a First Gear, and a Revit that all fit, in our opinion, American. As soon as you get Euro, you go up a size. If you're really on that cusp, or you're thinking about the size chart, the Handroid puts me in an XL. Use the size chart, no surprises there. Fits very consistent along the Alpine Star size curve. So it's nice to see them take the confusion out for the American market, beef up these fingers, give you a little bit more width. The biggest feedback they took from us was the fact that ultimately these gloves are just going to be, they're just going to have a more comfortable and a better fit scheme. Keep in mind, we'll ship free over $39. Like I said, use the size chart. And I'd love if you click our logo, subscribe to RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on the new Handroid Pod. Now, diving into all of the nuance on this bad boy, note that Boa System. It is a ratchet, righty-tighty, cinches it down. Now, if you're looking at it and saying, it's a little bit sloppy, it's meant to go over a jacket or go over a race suit. It's meant to be an over-glove situation. But ultimately, the Boa System allows for that stainless steel coated monofilament to work its way all the way around. Notice this TPR, which I love the fact that it's all blacked out. It doesn't get too busy. They make a black and white version, and I think it's just too loud. And ultimately, you get that raised TPU on the outside that protects that. That's going to allow you to quickly cinch this bad boy down. Moving to the back of the hand, it's still the aggressive AeroBlade system. Again, it's aerodynamic. There's a lot of show going on here. This is an exoskeleton on steroids. Moving into the fingers, you have these flexible veins on top of each one of the fingers that are dually reinforced with cowhide. It's an entire cowhide. Back of the hand, it is grace grade, but ultimately these connection points again got softer, so it's a little bit more usable. Coupled with the new fit, it's just going to be more comfortable. Again, you want everything to stay in the proper position without getting in the way, and you don't want to feel your gear when you're riding on the track. If you're pushing it that hard, you want it to be kind of neutral with the way that you're moving. I will call out that over the $200 mark, I'd like to start seeing them work in a 3rd and 4th finger bridge here for the pinky and ring finger. Pinkies are prone to injury when you happen to have a low side crash. And moving up, mid-digital elastication, capped fingers, again, and you get into that tan colored Kangaroo palm. Because remember, Kangaroo is the gold standard. It's lightweight, it's very comfortable, it handles sweat well, doesn't take a lot of break-in, but ultimately it doesn't really trade off anything by way of abrasion resistance. That's why we see it used better more often than goat, more often than cowhide in race gloves, because you want the ultimate in feel and tactile response. Reinforced in your control patch area, little bit of silicone as you're getting close to the finger, reinforced across the calluses of the hand. Again, it will hold up better over time in those high wear areas. We already talked about base of the thumb, heel of the hand, lateral side protection, palm protection, protecting the small scaphoid bones in the wrist of the hand, again with that impact protection system. And remember, Kevlar backing. So again, if you go down and you're sliding, God forbid, that's a bad way to go down. What's going to happen though is you're going to get some of that heat shield as well. We love the fact that they've captured the seam all the way up the glove. Again, they're doing a good job here. Give me a little bit of third and fourth finger protection, whether you do it like Dainese or you do it like Alpine Stars Knox. Take this glove to the next level. And if we look, wrist micro Velcro with a flap protecting it. That part of the glove keeps it on your hand. This part of the glove keeps everything in place, connected to your suit or your jacket with a little bit of lateral side protection. So ultimately, not a ton of gripes here in the Knox Handroid Pod. Again, it's going to be the more versatile, non-track specific glove, but you can take it to the track, absolutely. The next step in your journey, though, is click the info button on your desktop, your mobile device. Read other rider reviews on the product detail page at RevZilla.com. You shouldn't just take my word for it. As always, we'll ship free over $39. If you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown video. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla on our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with our opinion of the latest and greatest in the moto universe. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.